Downtown Business Improvement District Board Meeting, recorded August 1st, 2023.
We can call this meeting to order at 2:30 sharp. Rosalind, would you like to do roll call?
Tara is not joining us online yet. There she is. Hold on. Timely. There we are. Tara is now in online.
Tara Mansky. Hannah Cutler.
Here.
Hannah is also online. Hannah, give us a holler if you can hear us.
I'm here.
Mike Vico.
Here.
Gina Trevatowski.
Here.
Ryan Cummins. Alderperson Christensen.
I'm here.
Rosalind. Here.
Ryan is also available online.
I don't know
Sorry, I
if
couldn't
Tara
get to my
and
mute
anyone
fast
heard
enough.
me. Am I talking loud enough?
Are we muted or?
Or is your sound up? If anybody's talking,
Can you-
chat and
Can
chat.
anybody hear me? This is
Brian
Tara.
and Tara trying to chat. Hold on.
Yeah, give us 1 second here.
That's good because.
Hello?
Yay.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you all loud and clear.
Awesome.
Okay, so this is Tara. You can hear me.
I heard it.
Correct.
Yeah.
We got Tara, we
Yay.
got Hannah,
Okay.
Brian.
Ryan.
Yep, everybody's here.
Ryan.
That'd be Jonathan, but I don't know.
I'm here, but for some reason, every time I try and unmute, it takes me to chat for some ungodly reason.
Okay,
Whatever.
well, we'll enjoy you in the chat room too. We got you. We're good.
We'll blame
Thank you.
Chris.
All right, roll call done. Number 2, comments from the public on non-agenda items. Going once,
No other members of the public are available or online.
sold. Agenda item number 3, work group and committee reports. So that being number 3, that drops down to, we can go right to A. I
Yeah.
see what you did there.
Mhm.
All right, MOU work group.
Perfect. So the MOU work group is still finalizing the position description and process for hiring the shared staff person between the Stevens Point Area Convention and Visitors Bureau and the Business Improvement District and the city. That position description is fairly completed in my inbox and ready for final review and moving forward with Sarah Brish. SVP. I think we all been made aware of the recent transition at the Stevens Point Alliance, and so we're just needing to follow up with a special meeting with the new executive team at the Stevens Point Alliance, including Nikki Kaiser from Allison Planks is the new director there. So that meeting needs to be scheduled as soon as possible.
I'm sorry, were the other new board members named at the last meeting?
So there's Tara Mansky on the board for the Stevens Point Alliance, Nikki Kaiser. Bob Willis is still the treasurer. No other members to my knowledge have been named. Tara, can you confirm that? Derek Earl, I know, put his.
That is correct. Possibly, there could possibly be another, but that isn't confirmed yet.
Thank you.
Yep.
So this meeting needs to consist of Nikki, Tara, Bob, Mike, myself, and you, Chris.
And me. Because I'm on the MOU group.
Is this just for the job
Or is this just
description?
job description or is this gonna be?
Because if
to
you're,
discuss the MOU with?
if we add you, then we're at quorum and we can't have quorum.
So MOU discussion, Gina, I don't think needs to include you on
I
that, but
haven't been part of that.
correct. But in any of the job position information or moving forward, we engage in that.
So who should be included in this meeting, me or
Which
Mark?
which kind of
Is this about
meeting is it?
MOU or is it about job?
Just about the MOU we're referring to is
Right.
just meeting letting Nikki and make sure she's aware of the agreement and possible updates that are moving forward.
What
So,
is Nikki's last name?
Kaiser.
so not, was it Hannah a part of the MOU discussion?
Yep.
So
So
not Mike.
I'll also take this as a moment to acknowledge on our agendas, just to keep this very clear, all names of committee members. Or members. Sorry, Hannah, I'm gonna mute you. For any work groups moving forward, listing members of those work groups.
Should have
So
looked.
there's no
Got it.
confusion.
Love it.
So Nikki and Bob are the ones you want to meet with. From
Nikki,
the downtown
Bob,
Blitz.
and the MOU folks.
Okay, but Nikki and Bob are.
All right, that's all I have from the MOU work group.
Cool. Going on to agenda item, well, 3B, talk about our big five. Was there any more movement on bathroom discussion?
So a couple things, the people I put out to bid, I did not, Stud Brothers would not give me a completed quote because I had concrete. Gina gave me a contact and that's on me. I did not follow up with that person yet, but I need to. That's another option. So we're looking at getting a bid outside of what the city had used just to compare that to what we had been given in terms of numbers for specs. And then
There've been a few other advancements on bathrooms and water access too. There were 2 sites that were recommended for water access, one of which was brought at our last meeting, the southwest corner of the square, to make that a like bubbler and a spigot for the farmers market would require a meter installation, which would then incur an additional $30 per quarter charge to whatever organization is responsible, in addition to the water fee. The southeast corner of the square where the current water fountain controls are is metered already, so there wouldn't need to be an additional fee, and the water in addition that would be lumped into the existing bill. So in terms of costs and ease of responsibility, the southeast corner is still the preferred option. I know there have been some concern about the potential conflict with the business owners in that corner of the square, so reached out to the rest of the work group to see if that'd be advisable to schedule a meeting with Bruce from Elbow Room, Liz from Integrity Tax Service, and any other interested corner business owners.
probably Ryan Stevenson from Stevens.
Yeah.
I guess would be the other one.
Correct. So there's an opportunity that, it's a social space for patrons of some of those businesses. Having the picnic table there has been, a nice shelter space. So there is a possibility that transforming that does include some additional social space elements that would be beneficial to Steve-O's customers, to Elbow Room customers and customers of the tax service or barber shop there. So there is no recommendation from staff at this point, but seeking recommendation from the other work group members before proceeding and scheduling a meeting. One other point of reference to that there are some placemaking grants still floating around. We were just forwarded one from the Portage County Business Council for a placemaking grant that if we were to apply, the most competitive applications are ones that are already scoped out and have plans for and budgets set aside. So still having the ongoing maintenance costs figured out is still a question mark, but having the in place, this is what we are building, this is how much it will cost. Those costs are much more likely to be covered by grants in the near future.
Cool.
All right, that's all for bathrooms.
So moving on to branding, Brian, Hannah, and Rosalind, did any of you get any more outreach to anybody regarding branding?
I did get a quote a while ago, but we had said we needed to wait till we met with.
Did you guys meet at all?
Are you?
Yeah, and
I
we
was before.
Now you're not?
No.
Oh, I didn't even know. Okay.
So we did not, and I kind of took that head of that group because I guess Gina, you've been put as the head of too many. So yeah, I haven't done much with that yet, but that's certainly something that's on the agenda. I did talk with, I saw the quote, Gina, that you had, and Rosalind, your quote as well. And we have a couple of other interested parties. One is Kyle Kanoki with Alan James Design. That's Ryan Wanta's partner. He's the one that built our building. And also he leads the Jazz Coterie. He is from outside the community, but has a lot of branding experience on the corporate side and has some love for the city of Stevens Point. So we would be getting what would be a discounted quote from them. And then also Craig Beery, who is he's the one that did all of the rebranding for the Stevens Point Convention and Visitors Bureau. We've been having trouble kind of getting connected since the middle of last week. I think he's now working with Berkshire Hathaway, but still has kind of freelance work on the side. And to have coherent branding with another downtown business wouldn't hurt either. So we do have some irons in the fire, and I will pull together a meeting of the committee here in the next week or two.
Okay, sounds awesome. Thank you.
Thanks.
Can move forward to lighting, Mike and Chris.
Is there anything new? I don't have anything.
No updates. Had reached out to Scott Padoon about a recommended light type for any of the lighting that we've been installing, and I've not heard back. So I'll follow up with Scott, and I'll follow up with Todd towards the end of the summer. Todd Mercer is our city forester, and agreed to be implementing some of the tree plantings. See if there's any movement there.
What for the city forester, when does he do installations? When does he do his planting? What's the range there?
So that's a great question. I'm not actually quite familiar with that.
Typically, they try to do it in the spring because then we have seasonals that will water throughout the summer. Oftentimes it's after road projects are done. So even like the north side, we don't plant until the spring after the road project's completed. So that's typically when he likes to shoot for.
So he's got about roughly a month plus window in there.
Yeah.
Okay. So is this is possibly something we're looking at for spring 2024 if this were.
At least for tree installations, yeah. But lighting the locations that we had pointed out, that there's no need for that to wait until spring. That would honestly be a better thing for us to implement into winter anyway.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
And lighting actually has more of an impact during the winter anyhow, because it gets dark so much earlier.
So this fall is a possibility for the lighting.
Outdoor sport, we don't have a committee on. We're just kind of sitting on that right now. I have a meeting with Lee Ayers coming up soon, and I'm going to talk to him at all about any input he might have regarding sidewalk use for his business.
Okay.
Just to kind of see if he had any feedback, because he's been there a long time. He's been on Main Street a long time. So I'm interested in getting his feedback.
Sorry, I didn't hear. Who are you going to meet with?
Lee Ayers.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Thanks.
Yep. So this can remain vacant, but if you want, I can put my name to that just for research and information right now.
Sure. If you have any questions from city staff about current city programs for outdoor support, let's talk afterward.
I might reach out about the alleyways and things that were mentioned that are city owned and not privately owned,
Okay.
because those are the things that I'd like to incorporate into those conversations.
So today
Gina, let me know if I can help.
Okay.
Today I talked to some people from Kiwanis.
Okay.
Is that how you say
Kiwanis.
it? Kiwanis. And they were telling me that they do a lot of fundraising for kid-friendly spaces. So if we ever decide we're gonna do something like that, there's someone that we should connect with.
Okay. That sounds good. I'll put that in there. As your reference.
Yeah, I'm gonna circle back to that at a future bullet point too.
Okay. And then also, as far as outdoor support, there was an email that came in that I think this can kind of fall into this category.
I was gonna follow that up with city updates,
Okay.
if you're referring to the children's museum.
Yeah, I was. Okay, we can talk about that later to tie back into this, though it might
Okay,
come back.
feel free to hop in, sure.
Okay. Moving on to volunteer database. Tara. Can you hear us, Tara?
She's in online, but I'm not seeing any microphone activity.
Okay.
Tara will give you a few more seconds. Are you there?
All right, well. We can come back to that later if we need to. Letter C, Community Foundation Special Projects Fund. The movement that was supposed to happen at this meeting, but I gapped in mentioning it to go under possible action, was we needed to vote on a dollar amount to go into the Special Projects Fund to start it. We cannot vote on that today because it is not under actions, and that's my fault. So next meeting, we're gonna vote on a dollar amount to put into that Special Projects Fund to start it. I will, in the meantime, get the application done, filled out and submitted, and just let Jenny know that first check will follow our next meeting.
Apologies, I know it was in the packet we had last time. What was the spec on that, the minimum?
Like $25.
So it was minimum.
It was not a lot, but having discussion about what we'd like to start in there with, because we do have annual fees and some of the other fee structure we need to cover, so.
Do they provide guidance for something like ours to say, this is, you know, for fees you're managing, the types of projects you're looking at, would recommend $5,000, $2,000?
I can ask if she has recommendations.
Yeah, that might be helpful because they would know better than we would as far as what we're gonna consider.
Sure, yeah, I can ask for a recommendation. Okay. Moving on from that, city staff updates.
All right, so I have 3 updates for you all. One of them being a report that came through from Downtown Business, the Children's Museum, the planning efforts that are happening downtown. And there's one more thing that I wanted to follow up with, but first of which was the email that I forwarded to you all regarding Christy Stacy regarding the
Vacant.
back entryway to the downtown plaza building, which is adjacent to one of the municipal lots and the Q Gallery parking lot. So there was a report of trash and unmaintained grass area that used to once be a perennial garden in that space.
So
So she requested some support in beautifying that location, just passing along the request.
yeah, so I just want to throw in some info and correct me if I'm wrong on any of this, Ryan. When that whole renovation back there, when that service road got redone, when those 4 parking spots got put in, and those 4 parking spots are city parking spots. And there are plans to put electric chargers back there, to my knowledge. When all of that was redone, all that green space back and around those parking spots was being maintained by the Wildcard Works crew. For X amount of time, I believe until the permit was closed. Now that the permit is still not closed, but things have kind of changed over there, it's fallen off. The plans were to put grass back in there, and that was a conversation that had already been had. That was gonna be put in at our cost.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's still the plan, I don't know if that's still the desire, but I would be interested in reaching back out to her, asking what her vision or what she thinks would be the most efficient or best landscaping back there for behind the Children's Museum. And then in addition to that, the garbage can that's been shoved back behind the electric panel over there, Lisa came and looked at it, Adam came and looked at it, the Children's Museum came and looked at it, Mission Coffee come look at it. I think I asked you about it. Maybe I didn't.
I think you did, but I don't.
Okay, yeah, no one knows where it's from, and Mike has confirmed that that's not any city property or any style that the city has ever had. So we had offered to empty it and clean it up and then use it in or behind the beer garden. So I don't know if anybody wants anything else done with that. We don't need it. We just offered to clean it up, but that's the trash can that she was talking about. That's not emptied. It's shoved behind the big electric panel right behind Gallery Q.
So I think I'd offer a couple of things. When the green space that existed behind that building before, I think Golden Sands maintained it. So they had kind of a garden area, and John Dolan had built the structure of that gazebo that was back there. With the project, that got moved. So there's a temporary fix. And obviously it's my building, that's not part of my parcel. But it's also, you know, and I can talk to Christy, if it's up to the city, it's up to the city for what they want to do and what's maintained, whether that's gravel rock or grass or whatever. You know, and one thing we're gonna do is kind of paint the doors that's a little bit weathered back there too. But, you know, from my point of view, there's a million things going on back there. So yeah, we could get involved for that, but my hunch is that's for the city to say. And if they have an agreement worked out with Wildcard, then it's separate, but
There was one that we were maintaining the green space, because we're still maintaining the green space behind Goose.
Okay, well, I'll direct sort of feedback to Director Karnowski, since that is the redevelopment authority owned property and what the management might be, but there are a plethora of options that we could go about.
and Golden Sands may still have interest. I really don't know.
Yeah, so the one point I wanted to bring up before kicking back to Director Karnowski is the Golden Sands Resource Conservation and Development Council, the our RCD for Portage County and beyond. They just hired an urban conservation specialist and they start August 14th. So if there's a desire for the RA or for a partnership to pursue something, a demonstration site there might be a staff person that could be in charge or assistance to some of our organizations.
Yeah, I don't think it was Golden Sands. It was the Landscape for Life Foundation that was managing it. But I'll verify that. I didn't think that there was a lot of green space left after the installation was put up. So if we need to get rid of the trash that's back there, just let me know. We do have a contract with Schulfers. Schulfers does typically maintain like the area around the redevelopment parking lots. That includes like the Shopko. So they put new mulch down annually. They kind of maintain those areas as part of an overall agreement with the city. So we can double check that just to make sure that everybody's on the same page. And if there is an issue back there, it's resolved.
If there's no other comments on that space, the other update from city staff is regarding the request. Several meetings ago requested moving forward or breathing some life back into the downtown target area master plan, having that completed and adopted and placed on file. We did reach out to Vanderwall and Associates and have begun that process. So we can look forward to that picking back up and being adopted and finalized in the near future.
Thanks.
That's all that I've got for y'all.
So city staff updates, anything from you, city staff updates?
Nope.
Okay. Discussion and possible action. We need to approve meeting minutes from last month's meeting on July 11th. They are attached.
One comment. We capture a ton of detail. Is it possible to use the agenda as your template? So you have like headers or something?
Yes,
I'm just thinking it would be easier to.
it's in the same order, but I don't have the header on.
Gotcha.
Is this formatted funny in the thing too? Like what? To agenda?
I don't know, cause did I do it or did you do it? I can't format it on the agenda thing, so I can format it.
Or you can troubleshoot that.
Okay.
I would move to the minutes.
Okay, we have a motion to approve.
Second.
Have a second. Further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Hi.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. And number 2, Main Street announcement.
All right. Congratulations, y'all. Accepted and approved into the Main Street program by the WEC. Aaron Welty is really excited to work with us. Aaron has been notified of your request from last meeting that parking systems for downtown Stevens Point is your priority space. I might encourage you all to consider in that evaluating not whether or not we need more parking, but whether or not like parking is adequate and how that space might be used in that conversation if there is too much parking. So Aaron had passed along a draft press release for us all to pitch out and to share. That announcement has been delivered to the mayor for final review before being published or publicized outside of local media. But once that's out, then congratulations to public knowledge that we're accepted as a Main Street community. Following that announcement, the WEDC did signify that they would, if we would like to have a public announcement at an event or there is a small celebration involved, that they would send some staff up to say a few words. So if there's any inclination on what public event you would like to perhaps start reaching out to folks and partner on to say, something like, we're excited that this is downtown. Like
We'll
to
do
do
it
this.
11.
And I'll just leave that open for discuss or a motion and discussion because there are a plethora of downtown events and I'll leave that up to you all to decide if you would like to pursue any of that.
You gonna say a few words at the Levitt for that?
Oh, like we would say words. I thought you said they'd send people up to say a few words.
No, I think the chair
Oh.
will say a few words.
I'm not afraid of public speaking, so I would if we thought it was a good idea, but
No, I think that's a good, I mean, it's connected with downtown. I don't know what else you would do.
And Levitt does have the largest crowd of anything downtown.
And there are alternative options, right? So Notes at Night is one of the more focal, like downtown Stevens Point, like Stevens Point Alliance hosted events. There is the Dojinki downtown in September. That is.
Art Park, that's the same day.
Right. So there are other events that link up to, but that's up to you all and whether or not.
Can we
Correct.
do it more than once?
And it's just an announcement, right? It's all it is making a public announcement.
And they would be here for one, but it's,
I wouldn't request that they come back to.
no, so they could be, but
No, me
at
either.
at other events, it could be announced by our illustrious chairperson or something.
It's up to you all.
It would be nice to have our logo.
Yeah.
By the time when we do
Because
this,
if we did the announcement, we could put a
then we can
social
showcase,
post, marketing
yeah.
post, all that stuff, yeah.
True. And shoot some t-shirts out.
Yeah,
Ben can do
and
that.
Right.
Ben Nuss, yeah, has his t-shirt cannon.
Right. Make it fun, because that's kind of what we want people to know is that we're here to help and
Thanks, yeah. Or a website, or a volunteer
Mhm.
paperwork or something.
Yeah,
So I think we're in agreement that we would have an event with them to come up and we want to try for a Thursday.
how late does Levitt go, does Levitt end at the end of August?
Correct.
Mhm.
By the end of August? It's
Yeah,
August
to
first,
ask
oh no,
Right, yes.
we're not gonna have branding by the end of
But
August.
the Dozinski thing would be a good timing. That's like 8 weeks or something, right?
Yeah, but they don't have like one thing that everybody's at, they have like a bunch of things that are going on all at once. So is that a good announcement? We can just make the announcement at Levitt, whether we have branding or not,
That's what I think.
yeah,
Yeah, just move forward. I mean, it gives you another excuse to get in front of people again later.
We can have a second celebration
Sure.
later.
We can celebrate as often as we want to.
so August 31st. I think August 31st was reserved as a rain date.
I think August 24th is their last concert date, but if you would like for staff or for you to reach out to Create Portage County to discuss what that could look like quickly.
August 17th, I'd be here. August 24th, I'm gone. So it'd have to be August 17th. If we did it at 11. We don't have to vote on this.
Who's playing at Levitt on the 17th?
Good question.
Could we do it at like the Jazz Festival or something else?
Jazz Fest is all, yeah, that's been our Labor Day weekend.
Gone.
We can do it
Someone
at
else can do
different
it.
times.
Also do it too.
Yeah, someone else can do it. I know Chris isn't afraid of public speaking either, so. Yeah, if it's Levitt, I can do it on the 17th. If it's not Levitt, if it's Jazz Fest, if that just seems to work out better, I'm good with that.
Sounds good. We can follow up quickly then with Create Portage County and see if either of those events make sense to the attendance at.
Yes.
Great.
And if WDC really wanted to spend time here, maybe they could do Wednesday and Thursday both.
Yeah.
Spend one night.
When
Stay
is
at the
the last,
Christensen's.
when
There
is
you
the
go,
last
in the
Notes at Night?
Christensen Hotel.
September, end of September.
So we could wait then and do the notes at night.
Why don't we, yeah,
All right. I guess I'm hearing a priority rank schedule.
Both.
yeah, let's do it sometime
Yeah,
in August and then, yeah,
multiple
do it.
times.
at those
August
events.
17th first option.
Yep, let's do it both.
Yeah, so Levitt at August 17th is
There are more people that love it. or
Most
more people
preferred.
that Jazz Fest?
Probably Jazz
Jazz
Fest.
Fest.
Jazz Fest
Yeah.
is number 2.
Jazz- Well, if there's more people at Jazz Fest, wouldn't Jazz Fest be number 1? You said that's Labor Day weekend though?
Yeah.
So that's longer, farther away.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. That's why.
And then option 3 would be notes at night.
Cool.
Okay, great.
And we can do all three and just have the staff come to one of those times too.
Sounds good to me. Anything else on the Main Street announcement? No,
I'm looking forward to publishing it, but
we can all just leave because there's no adjournment. So
So
hearing no, or
The
the
agenda is
agenda is
exhausted.
exhausted. This meeting is adjourned. Sorry, I forgot my line.
Thanks, guys.
A video of this meeting is available for viewing on the city's website, stevenspoint.com/videos.